Oh, hello everyone. Can you hear me now? Uh, Someone should have said, right, I've got some little smiley faces there or something. No, they're not smiley faces. They're right. You can hear me. Brilliant. Right, I might have to start again now. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry about that. That wasn't a very good start, was it? Anyway, right. I've just realized what I need to do. I need to add me to the stage as well as add my um, presentation to the stage. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, right. Okay, right. I'll start again. Okay, so right, this is me. My name's Saver Crypto. I now do regular co-presentations with Dave, Stonksy Dave, on the Stonksy Indicator channel. This channel here you're watching right now. I'm doing that on weekdays. So we're doing UK time. We're doing 1 p.m. to no, we're not. We're doing 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So we're doing two hours there. Dave has never done Saturdays, so I'm going to take the Saturdays. This kind of time of day is okay for me. I might like it to be an hour later, maybe something like midday. Midday would probably work well. But if you've got any preferences, then let me know. I think in a way, I'd probably rather sort of get it done so I can get on with my Saturday. So I think 11 or 12 UK time is probably good for me. Gregor Carl says loud and clear now. Excellent. Brilliant. Thank you. I assume by the way you spelled loud, you must be German. Bist du Deutsch? Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyway, let's go over here. So back on the BTC chart. So what I was saying here, when you couldn't hear me, I was saying I had noticed that Lee here had gone. No, he closed his bot that was in the short. He closed it at 94.2. And I was actually thinking of doing something similar myself, because the bot does have a habit sometimes when it's in a short of, like, following the price down nicely, and then it goes back up and doesn't close in particular good profit. So I think what I'll probably do, for the sake of anyone who's not played with the what you call it, the stop loss and take profit in the bot, I might show you that, and then we can do that. Oh, Gregor Carl's from Vienna, Austria. All right, I know Austria very well. I used to work for a company who were based in Saturn Tower in the business district, and I used to go there and work there quite a bit. And I used to stay in a little place up by the where was it now? Just north of the business district, and just by the Alt Donau River, and lovely place. Although nothing happens on Sunday, you can't do anything on Sunday. But anyway, so yeah, excellent. Good to see you there, Gregor. Guten Morgen, and V Gates. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll stop saying and I've done it again, haven't I? And what? Yeah. So basically, what I'm thinking now is the price of Bitcoin going to come down a bit further? Now I'm going to have to resort to popping on my moving averages that I like so much here, and just have a look what's going on there on the 5-minute time frame. And indeed, I would say that at the moment, we're in a downtrend. Certainly when these EMAs are in this kind of red, cyan, yellow, green sort of order, that normally implies to me that the price is going to go down. So Lee came out at 94.2. I'm not sure if that's what I would do. I might look for a bit lower, maybe somewhere like 94.1, maybe. But we'll see what happens during the course of the stream. So cool. All right, Carl's in 22nd district. Oh, cool. I can't remember how the districts worked actually. I can't even remember the nearest metro station. Anyway, but yeah, lovely place. I did like working there. It was great. Although what happened was when the pandemic happened, is the company I was working for, they were all kind of remote ready already. So what they did was they all started working from home. It was a company with about 20 people, and they all started working from home, and they never went back because they realised that paying for that office on the in the Saturn Tower, on it, like a big skyscraper type thing. Well, for Vienna anyway, quite a big tall building. Paying for that office there was like a ridiculous waste of money, and they just got a lot more done by everyone being at home. And I think a lot of companies did that, didn't they? But yeah, lovely place. Awesome. Right. Anyway, so that's that. I suppose we could have a look at the bot now, couldn't we? Now I need to do that on my other browser, so I need to just swap that over, which I normally mess it up, and I'm a bit worried about doing this when I'm on my own because you haven't got anyone to fill in the gaps, if you like. Let me just get it onto the right page. It's all right. You won't see anything just yet. Okay. Right. Cool. Right. Now if I swap that over. This is where I mess it up. Hang on a sec. Right. So I know what I can do. No. Right. I have to stop the screen. Okay. Then I go present and invite, and then no, present, share screen. And then I go over to my, there it is. Right. So I think that did it. I'm having to be careful here because up until last week, I was always just a guest on the actual stream, so I couldn't actually see what it was like from the presenter point of view, and the options are slightly different in StreamYard, which is the software we're using. By the way, before I go any further, I'll say that I don't have access to the actual YouTube channel itself, so I can't do things like post polls or well, things like that. Really, I can't. I can't even ban people. Not that we've ever had a problem, but if somebody was, being bad in the chat, then there's not a lot I can do about it. So just bear that in mind. Anyway, okay. So over here on BLOFIN, this is the account where I put 250 USDT in there 3.5 weeks ago. It was on April the 2nd, which was the day of the tariff announcements. And it was a bit of a silly day to do it because the price went up. The bot was looking really good. I was tempted to close it, but I didn't. And then the price came down and the bot closed it in a slight loss, which was a bit annoying. Anyway, currently this is looking all right. So if I go to my copies, I can see the state of my current bot. But just before I do that, I just wanted to mention something that if ever you want to see what the bot's up to, and not like your actual copy of it, if you like, if you want to see what it's up to, if you just search for it here, you need to be on all traders rather than leaderboard to see both bots. Okay, and if you just put Stonksy in there, and you can do this on the app on your phone as well. I was helping a friend out. In fact, he's here actually, Mr. Delta. I was helping him out yesterday to see this, and then if that didn't change to Stinky, I'd be able to see it. Anyway, Stonky. There you go. Okay, so this is the one we're copying here. So if you give that a click, then this is what somebody who isn't following that bot would see. Okay. I must admit, it's looking a lot better now. It's got a 7-day ROI of 5%, and yeah, it's all looking good, really. And this looks good with that big green thing there, doesn't it? Anyway, and so you can see some info about the bot. Now, if you go to current positions, now I think on the app on your phone, I think this says ongoing positions. I don't know why they use slightly different terminology, but anyway, they do. So here you can see that the bot is in a short, and by default, it's in a 3x leverage short. Okay, so it's currently 1.41% up. Okay, and then if you look in history here, you can see what it's done. Now, what it did, I think that was this morning, wasn't it, or last night? It did go into a long at 93,381, and it came out of it quite quickly. And I don't know why that is. Now, some people did ask me if why it did that. The honest answer is I don't know. I think what I'd like to do is to get Dean, aka SMFC. I'd like to get him on the show one time, and we can talk about not the exact strategy that Stonksy uses, but the kind of things it's looking for. And I don't know the way he's done it, but it might be something like, it doesn't take trades on Fridays, for example. I mean, because you might have found out that maybe looking at data from the past that Fridays maybe statistically aren't the best day to go long or something like that. At the moment, I don't know, but I'm going to hopefully have a chat with him at some point, and then we can see what's happening. Kevin McGee says, easy Dave from Turkey. Okay, my name's not Dave, my name is Save with crypto. Dave is doing other stuff today, so I am taking the lead. But anyway, greetings from Turkey. I would love to say something in Turkish, but I actually don't know a single word of Turkish. I don't think I do. No, I don't. But yeah, my bot's short right now. Okay, right. So yeah. So current positions, as Scotty just said there, the bot is indeed short. Okay, so that's it. So to have a look at your actual bot, when you're looking at all traders, for example, you've got this my copies here, and I think it's called the same thing on the app as well. And then you can see the current position. Okay, so my one is short, and I have at the moment got the leverage set to 10x, and I am thinking about changing that because I'm not convinced that's the best idea. But for the moment, I'm going to leave it there. That might be slightly reckless, but I don't know. Actually, Lee, what leverage are you using? Let me know, because I'm going to share your sheet in a minute and we can talk about it. Okay, so this is looking good, actually. I mean, it's $19 in profit, 4.21%. Now, at the moment, I haven't got a take profit or stop loss set, but if you were, if you were the sort of person who was in a trade like that manually, and at this point you'd think, oh, I really want to set my stop loss to break even, or maybe slightly in profit, then you can. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but maybe I will, just to show you. But so what you would do here, and it isn't quite as intuitive as you would hope it would be, but basically you can see you can see that the entry price is 94.7 and the price now is 94.3. Okay, and if you wanted to set a bot slightly in profit, I guess something like 94.5, 94,500 would be a good sort of area. Now you can do that here. Let me just check that. So yeah, 94, yeah, 94,500. So you can do that here. 94,500. Sorry, 94,500, isn't it? So here you can see the profit and loss would be 2.33%. And when the price reaches 94,500, it will trigger a market order. The estimated profit and loss will be $10.54. Okay, so you can do that. At the same time, you can set a take profit there if you like. And I'm going to leave that for the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the document that Lee posted in the Discord yesterday. Let me just check the chat again. Kevin McGee, sorry mate, my mistake. What was? Oh, Dave. Yeah. No, I'm not Dave. Yeah. Okay, so Lee's using 7x. Oh, stream stopped. Is the stream going? Oh, looks like it's going to me. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Still going. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, like I was saying to Dave yesterday, I am probably gonna get a new laptop that I might use just for the streaming, or streaming and maybe do my main trading on there. The problem is this one I'm using here. It's a 13-inch MacBook Air, and it's got loads and loads of stuff on it. It's got loads of like music stuff on there, which is using up quite a lot of memory. So sometimes it does go a little bit laggy. But if you see any problems, then let me know in the chat, because I'm actually running the actual stream live on a separate computer, so I can see what you're seeing. So that's actually how I'm looking at the comments. I think I'm going to change it all the next week or so anyway. But anyway, that's my problem and not yours. Now let me see if I can get Lee's document up. I've never done this before, so I need to go. Image file. There you go. Right, and then there it is. Okay. Oh, okay. I think that's working. Right. Right, that's working. Anything that I can't really see it. Let me just make that bigger. Okay, right. So that's probably going to look quite small to you guys as well. Okay, so well, thank you very much, Lee, for doing this. This is awesome. So what Lee's done is he's looked at all the trades that the bot has made, and he's come up with an idea that if you set the profit at 4% and the stop loss at 1%, it actually does better than without any take profit or stop loss. So what he's saying down the bottom here is that without any take profit and stop loss, it is averaging what's that? 0.25% per trade. This is obviously not including the leverage, I don't think. With 1% stop loss and 4% take profit, averaging 0.68% per trade. Okay, so that is worth knowing. Let me just go back to. Hang on a sec. Before presenting screen, remove other. Right, I've just got to work out how to do this. Hang on. Oh, right. Got you. Okay. That would be share screen, window. I'm just talking to myself. Right. So you've got a black screen and it should come back. Right, there you go. Good. So 6% in profit, and what am I now? I'm now 5.39%. Yeah. Well, I think the thing is with your your strategy, Lee. I think it's really good if you are just going to leave the bot to do its own thing, and that is probably it's probably worth having a discussion with Dean at some point and seeing what he thinks, and maybe we can get him to look at it with a lot more data from the past. The past. Well, I'm not sure how much data we could use, but I mean, with Bitcoin, ideally you've got like 14 years of data, so we could probably try it with that, or even just since the start of this year. That's probably going to be good. But yeah, so well, thanks very much for that. Anyway, I think myself what I'm going to do, because I'm quite, I find it very, very hard to just leave things to do their own thing, and that's why I've never really got on with bots very well, as I always want to get in there and fiddle with them. So I actually think if I see this on about 5% or something like that, then I will probably close it manually myself. But I mean, everyone's got like slightly different ways they use the bot, which is great. And I think over the time, we can have a discussion in the Discord and work out what the best thing to do is about that. I've just realised I've got no music in the background. Does anybody like it with music or not? I know Dave has that kind of like really sort of like chilled sort of electric piano stuff, but I don't know. I always find it distracts me. Maybe it's because I've got a bit of tinnitus and I can only really concentrate on one thing at a time. But anyway, just let me know, because I'm probably supposed to put some on, to be honest. Obviously, this is not essentially my stream. It's you do you, Safe. Yeah, right. Okay, all right. Yeah, I might, if I get bored and stop saying stuff, but at the moment I seem to be rapping away, and so it's okay. I think what it is YouTube doesn't like silence. If you just put like a live stream up doing nothing, then it doesn't like it. It just assumes you've just wandered off and you're not giving any input. So I think that's maybe why the music works, although it seems like too easy a fix to me. So I don't know. Anyway, Mr. Delta 7X. Okay. Oh, he's 7X as well. Okay. I wonder why have you chosen 7? I mean, I don't know why I chose 10 really. I chose 10 because if I'm trading 10x on normal manual trades, I feel fairly comfortable, and I can sleep at night. Whereas say 25x, I don't feel comfortable. And 5x always seemed like unrewarding to me. But the point I was making last week was when it loses a trade, obviously that's amplified as well by the leverage. So as it loses more trades than I probably do manually, I'm actually wondering if I should use less leverage than what I'm using at the moment. So I don't know. Anyway, Mr. Delta said, "We fit." We. What are you on about, mate? Anyway. All right. Okay, so that's the bot there. The other one, the low frequency bot. I think what I'm going to do is I might. Yeah. Well, let's have a look at it, and then I'll show you what I'm thinking. So right, I'm going to stop sharing that window. I'm going to go back to present. I'm going to share the screen. That's going to be that one there. Okay, right. We should be back on the Bitcoin chart there. And I'm just going to get my other BLOFIN account up. And I'm going to share that instead. Because what I did the other day on the live stream, I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember now, but I decided to set up the low frequency bot. And as you can see here, If we go to look at it and go to my copies, it's not in a trade, and it hasn't been since the other day. And I'm thinking now that I might wait until Dean has done the new strategy for the low frequency bot, and then I'll do it. So what I thought was, meanwhile, can I make a bit of money just doing some regular trading with the money that I've got in there. So I was just going to have a look at where it is. It's probably in copy trading, and I think I was going to have a look, because I've never done this before, so I just wondered if I could just move that from there and how I do that. At the moment, I guess I probably have to unfollow that bot first of all, don't I? So if I go uncopy, right, so I'm not going to copy him. Don't need to close positions because they're not open anyway. Oh, Mr. Delta, the music that Dave has. Yeah, no, the Wii shopping cart, that's the one that goes, that's the one he uses for the intro. I'm well, if no one complains, I'm going to keep using the intro I did today, because it's music I made and I think it's more cooler. Now what he has in the background normally, I'll show you. Well, I'll play it too. Is background music he has Daydreaming, this one, which is fairly harmless. Maybe I'll put that on. I don't know. Let me know if it helps or not. I'm not sure if it does. I didn't realise it had drums in it. I did load up another one of mine as well. Maybe I'll have that instead. This is a weird sort of dub track I had. Anyway, let's go back to the charts. No, back to the copy. All right, okay. So right, so I've uncopied that. So I'm guessing now I can probably just move that money, can't I? So how do I do that? Anyway, let's say hello to a few people. Crypto Bro, yo, let's go. Yeah, indeed. Cool, excellent, good. Oh, Gonks is here. Great, awesome. Right, so there's no money in that account. That's good. Okay, that's what I wanted. So where is it? So it's in my funding account. Right, so when you uncopy a copy trade, and the money goes back to your funding account. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so I'm going to move that. And move that to the futures account, and then what I'm hoping is that we see a kind of bottom on the stream, and then I can sort of go into a long position. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, so I'm just going to set that up just in case, because knowing me, I've probably got it on stupid leverage. So I will be trading BTC USDT, and have I never done this before? I don't think I have, actually. Probably because I've got it on, yeah. So I'm going to put it on isolated, and I'm not going to be on 25x leverage because that's ridiculous. I'm going to put it on 10. Right, okay, confirm. Right, so I've got 494 USDT there. Actually, I've got a bit. Was the sum in the spot? No, was it? Okay. Right, so that's how much I've got in there. So if I see an opportunity during the stream, I'm going to jump into a trade there. Okay, on that account. Yeah. So meanwhile, well, we're still in this red area on Bitcoin. So I think we'll probably still go down a little bit more. So on the 3 minute, 3 minutes no trade, 1 minute, 1 minute chops around too quick for my liking. So 1 minute is starting to turn around a little bit. And quite often what I do is I look at these EMAs of mine and I will look for them starting to swap around. And I suppose now the fact that that red 5 EMA is now above the 9 cyan EMA, if that gets above that yellow one, the 21, I think I might start to consider that to be a bit of a bottom. Okay. Oh, WisDevolt's there. Brilliant. Hello. Mr. Delta, it's loud. What is my music? Is it? Let me check. I'll turn it down to about 15 or something. Okay. Probably just can't hear it really, but anyway, good. Yeah, okay. Right, so WisDevolt is short on Sui. Happy Saturday. Brilliant. I keep forgetting what everyone's talking about. Scotty, you're saying BLOFIN. Why were you saying BLOFIN? You were saying BLOFIN. I don't know why you were saying that. Okay. All right, let's have a look at Sui. And knowing WisDevolt, he's probably done an absolutely, that's not Sui, that's Sol. Knowing WisDevolt, he's probably done an absolute blinder here. And so what level did you get in at, Wiz? I bet you got in right here, like right at the top, knowing you. And yeah. Sui's gone up massively, like doubled in price. Yeah, that might be a good call, you know. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I will talk about this indicator here that I've been playing with. This is one where it was introduced to me by somebody in the Discord community, and in the Stonksy Discord, a guy called the Imagine Project, and I don't know what's happened to him. He just sort of disappeared, and he showed me this oscillator, and it was called the quad rotation. It had quite a long name. It was like quad rotation with ABC detection and something else. And he showed me it, I really liked it. And I thought, this is really good. And then the actual indicator just disappeared from TradingView completely, and that was it, gone. And I kind of asked him about it, and he said, well, it wasn't actually my indicator. It was just, you know, one I used. And he said there'd been some like you know, bad discussions amongst whoever owned it and stuff, and it just disappeared from TradingView. But I still had the code for it, and it didn't work properly when I got it. I'll just click it so you can see it. It didn't work properly when I got it, and there was a few things wrong with it. And the main thing wrong with it was, you see these like red arrows up here, and then you've also got green arrows there. Okay, now they weren't appearing. Now they're quite important. What this is, right? This is a like 4 different stochastics. Okay, so that is identifying the momentum of the price. So what the idea is you look at this on quite small time frames. So even like the 1 minute, for example. And when these stochastics get all bunched up at the bottom or the top, that is when you start to see reversals. So these kind of areas here, these horizontal lines, so the very top there, that's actually 90%. So when they get over up here, that is when the actual price is in like a very, very oversold condition. No, that's the wrong one. That's when it's a very overbought condition. Okay. And then when they're all down the bottom, like here, that is when it's very, very oversold. Okay. So that's usually when you get reversals. Now, this indicator was really cool because it also plots these like green lines here, which is like bullish divergence, and it puts these red ones in as well, like up here, which is bearish divergence. So if we look at that along with the price, so let's look at SUI, for example. Right, so Wiz got in at 3.61. You didn't do bad, mate. Okay. 3.61. You did really well. Oh, well done. I'd love to know what made you get in there. But anyway, so let's look at this on a bigger time frame. Something like what the ones I like with this are the 1 minute, 3 minute, and 12 minute. Let's just try the 12 minute first of all. And you can see here that when it was up here, you actually get that red line just there, which was the bearish. No, that was the bearish divergence indicator there. So it's usually when that red line stops, is the price starts to come down. And if you look at that on the previous high as well, you can see here, red line stops and the price starts to come down. Actually, that one stopped about there, then it went back up and then came down again. I think this is a really useful indicator. Now, the problem is I've tried to republish this on TradingView, and I think because I didn't write a good description for it, they complained about it and they hid it. So I rewrote the description, and I think when I rewrote it, I did a screenshot, and I think I had Stonksy in the background as well, and then they hid that one again because they said there's another indicator on the chart, and I completely forgot that Stonksy was there, and so they hid it again. So I am rewriting the description, and I'll redo the screenshot. Sorry, I've done it wrong again. So thank you, Lee Isherwood, for pointing that out. Oh, damn. Okay, right, I'm gonna have to sorry, I'm gonna have to talk about this again. Oh no, where was I? I suppose I wasn't here at all, was I? Oh dear. Oh, maybe that's why, Scott, you were saying BLOFIN. Oh God, so sorry about this. I'll get it right next time, promise. Now, yeah, so what I was talking about was this indicator down here, and we probably heard what I was just saying about it, but just to make it bigger again, what you can see here is these 4 stochastics here, and what you're looking for is kind of confluence between all 4. And also when it does that, it plots these like bullish divergence and bearish divergence lines, and these are like really good for spotting, you know, tops and things. So where that red one finished there, that was a top. Where this red one finished here, that was a top up there. And where this red one finished here, that was a top there. So yeah, so if I'd have been Wiz, yeah, I'd have been there as well if I'd have had my eye on the ball with SUI. So that's cool. So right, so Wiz had been eyeing it up and entered on the rejection of 3.64. 3.64. Okay. Yeah. So I suppose that was a level where there's quite a lot of stuff happening. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, you've done really well there, mate. Excellent. Well done. So take profits are around 3.35. Oh, down there. 3.03, 2.81. Really that low? Wow. So you're talking about, yeah, a full retracement of all that. Okay. If I wasn't on the stream, I'd be tempted to jump in a bit late with that as well and follow you down. Interesting. 3.61. Let's have a quick look on the 3-minute time frame. Could I get into a short with this myself? So am I too late? That's the question. Feel like I'm too late. I don't know. Shall I just do a little one? Yeah, let's do a little one. Let's go back to BLOFIN. Check I get it right this time. Okay, right. There's a slight delay when I have to sort of we'll have to just check it's appeared on the other monitor. Okay, I must admit I've great admiration for Dave, who does this every day, you know, or has been doing it every day on his own for months. You know, I think since September, was it? And he's been doing it every day, and you know, it's almost flawless, isn't it? And it's yeah, that's really good. I also have great admiration as well for people like, what's he called, Sam Price, you know, crypto lifer fella, because he does this every single day, and he's done it every day for like, I think the past like 4 years or something like that. And now he's got an audience of about like 1,000 people, and and he's, you know, he does it all quite cool, and people, you know, people aren't always that nice to him in the comments, and he sort of deals with it all. You know, I think he has a team though. He has someone. I think he has his missus doing like the comments and stuff. So I suppose that helps as well. But yeah. Anyway, that's me talking about that. Okay, so BLOFIN. Oh, I don't know. That's not it at all. What were we on? Subi. Was Subi, wasn't it? Let me get the right coin. Where's it gone? Oh, tell us again. It was Subi, wasn't it? Yeah, Subi, yeah. Okay, right. So I need to look for Subi. Subi futures. If you haven't got BLOFIN, by the way, do use the link down in the description. I would love to shill my own BLOFIN link, but the problem is if you use mine and then you want to use the Stonksy bot, it won't work because you know, Dave can't whitelist you if you're not using a either a TMG BLOFIN link or a Stonksy link. So do use the link that's down in the description. So there you go. Let's have a look. Where's the vault now? Richie, I did a little one. It was a 80% pump Sue. I did a little one. It was an 80% pump Sue. Sue. I don't know what Sue is. Isn't that the panda off the Sooty and Swip show? I think it is. I was talking about Suey. Suey opened a short. Okay. Should I just ape in with a little short? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have a price like that, and I'll just use 25%, and I'll just go short, confirm. Oh, what have we done there? Let's give that a refresh. Don't know what I was doing there. I'm definitely getting lagging problems with this computer. Just it's gone a bit slow all of a sudden. It's a little bit worrying. Right, that seemed to work better. Right, so that order's placed there. We'll see if it fails and take it from there. Okay, come back to that later. Go back to trading view. Let me just check it's gone over. Right, wisdom of all, there's a lot of fair value gaps on CME which have opened up over the last few days. Should be fun to trade. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was a hell of a pump up, wasn't it? Let's just get rid of this thing for a minute because that's going to confuse people. In other news, I was talking a week last Friday, like a week ago yesterday. I was talking to Dave about these EMAs that I like crossing over on the daily time frame with Bitcoin. That did actually happen. That did actually happen last Saturday here, which was looking really good. And I did notice that on Ethereum. Oh, actually, no, what it was, that was Thursday, wasn't it? I was initially talking about on the 12-hour time frame. That's right. Yeah, because that was back on the Friday, and I was saying, you know, look for these EMAs, the 21, the 55 EMA, look for them crossing. And that was just before they did. And the price has obviously gone up a lot since then. So that was pretty cool. So I noticed that on the 12-hour, and then on the daily now, it's done it like last Thursday or like a couple of days ago. So that was cool. Now I've noticed on Ethereum, it's kind of doing something similar. Right, ignore that. That was for a thumbnail that I did. But it looks to me like here on a 12-hour, I reckon give that another few days, and I think these could cross here, and up it goes. Now the only thing is, when they don't cross, right, you do actually see stuff go down a lot. So I'm going to do nothing with Ethereum until I do actually see these cross, because if they don't, it can be quite horrible. And I can probably show you something like that in the past. Let's see. Actually, even this one here, don't know why I've got a fib there. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, even this one here, they did actually cross there, and the price went up a little bit, and then they crossed back down, and then obviously it's come back down a lot since then. So you do need to be wary about things like that. But that's on the 12-hour. You probably wouldn't see that on the 1 hour. And then you've got things like this here, which is obviously a very, very good one. This one here wasn't so good. But what's making me more confident about this is the fact that, you know, the price has come properly down like it did hit back here. And even though the cross there didn't, you know, wiggled around a little bit, eventually it got it and up it went. So to me, where we are now, right down here, looks kind of similar in the way that it's come down quite a lot. And you're starting to see these maybe cross over in the next few days or whatever. So yeah, this is why I keep saying that overall I am still quite bullish about things. Lee Scully's just opened a series short. Okay, good. Is mine open? Mine is mine hasn't opened yet. No. Okay, I'm not in a short. So, but it's looking good. Must admit, the price has gone down, which is why mine hasn't opened. I'm just getting a little blip off my daughter on Snapchat. Let me just have a quick look at this. When are you finishing? Okay. Okay. Have I been to? No. Right. I'm probably going to do about another, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to tell her that. I'm going to say 20 minutes. Okay. All right. I'm not even sure if she's still here. She's going off to watch the football. So last match of the season, apparently. Anyway, oh, hang on. That's her again. Right. She said, oh, poo. Right. At least got it. You've opened a short. Brilliant. Obviously, nothing here is financial advice. We're all big boys and know what we're doing. And oh, she's still here. Tell you what, just hang on a sec. I'm just going to put the music on, and I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back. I'm back. Right, sorry, it wasn't very professional, was it? Richie, but we did drop so much because of tariffs, so it doesn't make sense if they are fixing that issue. But we did drop so much because of the tariffs, so it does make sense if they are fixing it. Yeah. Are you talking about the market in general, or I suppose, and are they fixing it? I mean, this is like what I was saying yesterday to Dave. It's like Trump went in with was saying to China, let's I'm going to charge you 50%, and it was 100%, and it was 200%, and then now okay, we've reduced it to 50%, and I don't think that's stupid to just go like, oh, that sounds better. It's obviously better than 200, but he probably never meant that. So I don't know. It is annoying how the whole market is so news driven at the moment, but I guess it always is really. Yes, that we pumped so much in a few days. I do think a lot of it was to do with just things like the Google earnings reports, Q1 report. That was really good. Now, don't underestimate how big Google Alphabet is. It's huge, and that was good. And that meant things like, Nvidia went up a little bit. So things like Palantir. All these traditional stocks. They've all gone up nicely in the last few days, and I think it's just because like the positive sentiment has returned, and crypto goes up with it as well. So I don't know. Sui, I'm not sure why Sui went up, but yeah, looking at it like that, I can definitely see why that could just, as Wiz said, that could just come straight back down, couldn't it? Yeah, makes me think that I shouldn't have missed that trade. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, so my entry was there, which didn't fill, but never mind. Okay. All right. I think, unless anyone's got anything they want to talk about in particular, I think I might call it a day here, because it was. Oh, I want just no. Hang on. Let's just talk about the CME close. Right. So, Bitcoin on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange last night closed at 95,810, and we're currently at about 94.3k. The price has been quite good in the past few weeks at going back to this. I think the price will go, back up to here on Sunday or Monday, and then we'll see what happens from there. So at the moment, I'm not expecting a big drop in Bitcoin. I'm just expecting a bit of sideways, and then maybe a little bit more upwards towards the weekend, because it has been quite good at going back to the CME over the past few days. So yeah, good. All right. Anyway, Crypto Pappy saying thanks for the stream. So that's probably a good time to end it, really. I also want to end it and see if my outro video works as well. So I'm just going to say thank you to everyone here. And yeah, thanks for coming along. It's been really good. Do make sure you do like the stream. I can't see how many there are there at the moment, but I hope it's lots. And I'll probably pop in and see Dave tomorrow night and turn up on the stream, but he'll be there at about 7 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Okay, so trade safely. Oh, whoever's clicking the little heart thing, I like that. Do lots of that. That's really good. And yeah, cool. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye and yeah, tell your friends and do make sure you're subscribed and all that. And I'll see you very, very soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye. All right. How do I get to my outro? Okay, end stream. Oh, right. And then I'll play the outro. All right, right. I'm off now. See you.